Shija Stanley here. We'll continue with the sentences. In the previous two videos of sentences, we did the what is the meaning of sentence in the first video. In the second, we went through types of sentences. Today, we will continue again with the sentence and another aspect of sentence, that is kinds of sentence. Now, in the very first video lecture of sentence, I have told you about the simple sentence. Okay. Now, a simple sentence is having a subject and a predicate, which has predicate always begins with a finite verb. Now, those who are going to take up this class for the first time, please do go for the sentence video lecture, which I have given it in the description box, and then you watch this particular video lecture. It will be better able to understand them. See, now we are going for kinds of sentence today. There are four kinds of sentence. Assertive sentence, which is as same as simple sentence, a statement it is. Okay. Then we have another three sentences in itself that has all emotion. Emotion is attached with that. So it is imperative sentence, it is exclamatory sentence, and another last one is interrogative sentence. So one by one we will take up each sentence. The first we will go with the assertive sentence. The assertive sentence, as I told you, it's a statement, or in a simple way we can say it's a simple sentence just having a subject and a predicate. That means assertive sentence, just stating anything. It's a declarative sentence, or it is also known as statement, a statement of a fact or a statement of anything as such. Okay, which has a subject and a predicate, a typical simple sentence. But assertive sentence, when you are stating, there are two types of assertive sentence. One is affirmative sentence, another is negative statement. What do you mean by affirmative? A statement can have negation in it or without negation. Now you may ask, what do you mean by negation? It merely means presence of negative words. What are negative words? Very simple. Negative words starts with N, like no, not, never, no one, nothing, none, neither, nor, notwithstanding, nonetheless. These are the negative words that shows negation in it. Okay, so you remember this aspect also, because in the future grammar classes when I say negation, you should remember, okay, negation means presence of negative words, and negative word starts with letter N, like no, not, never, nothing, no one, nevertheless, nonetheless, like that. Okay, so now let's come to assertive statement. A statement which doesn't have a negative word, it is known as affirmative sentence. Yeah, affirmative statement or affirmative sentence का मतलब है a positive statement without any negative words in it. Example, they like to play. See, they like to play. It doesn't have a negation in it, and it is a positive statement. Therefore, this is assertive. Means the main kind is assertive, और उसमें का type क्या है? Affirmative. So it is an assertive affirmative sentence. See the next example. We have difficult time. We have difficult time. Again, it is affirmative sentence because it doesn't have a negative word in it. Now, this is assertive affirmative. Now, assertive में दूसरा type है, अगर if there is negation used or if there is negative words in a statement, then that statement is known as negative sentence. Example, say as I told you, a negative statement with negative words in it. Example, she has not come yet. See now, she has not come yet. Not is there. So presence of not, yani ki it is a negative statement. See the second example. It is not an easy task. Again, not is there in that sentence. So this is a statement which has negation. So this statement is known as negative sentence. As such, you remember, see, assertive means हमेशा subject रहेगा, predicate रहेगा, दोनों में, affirmative में भी, negative में भी. How you will understand it is affirmative? Absence of negative word. Negative sentence means presence of negative words. As simple as it is. Okay. Okay, let's begin now the next sentence, that is imperative sentence. Now, what is an imperative sentence? Imperative sentence is an order. Basically, remember, it always starts with a finite verb. It doesn't have a subject in the beginning. It always begins with a verb, usually an order or a request or a command or an advice. See the example. Give me a glass of water. See, give me. It starts with the verb give. Alright. See the next one. Do not go there. Do not. See, it starts with do. Verb. Verb से जो भी start होता है, it is always an imperative sentence. See the third one. Avoid social gathering. Now, avoid. It's a verb. Now, always remember, whenever a sentence begins with a verb, not with a subject, it always falls in imperative sentence. Another example, like you said, please help me. Now, please help me. यहाँ पे please is an adverb, but it starts with help, which is a verb. So, again, it is a imperative sentence. Okay, now we'll go over the third sentence, that is known as exclamatory sentence. Now, in exclamatory sentence, this sentence, emotion or a feeling is exclaimed out. And you know what? It has an exclamatory mark in it. So, it's quite easy to identify an exclamatory sentence. One is, and feeling is exclaimed out, and the easiest way what the children, and it's easy to find out, is it has an exclamatory mark. It doesn't end with a full stop, it has a exclamatory mark in the sentence. Let's see now. What a story it is. See, what a story it is. A feeling of wonder, a happiness is exclaimed out, and see the sentence ends with an exclamatory mark. See the next sentence. Oh, this is a terrible incident. Now, यहाँ पे it doesn't have an exclamatory mark in the end, but it is in there an exclamatory mark. Okay, but that is after an interjection, there is an exclamatory mark. So, it shows an emotion of shock, you know. Oh, this is a terrible incident. So, this is an exclamatory sentence. See the third one. How beautiful she is. In this, you know, appreciation or a wonderment of emotion of wonder is exclaimed out, and here it ends with an exclamatory mark. So this sentence is quite easy. An exclamatory mark is present and a feeling is exclaimed out. Okay, now the last sentence, that is interrogative sentence. Now, what is interrogative sentence? You know, interrogative sentence is a statement, you know, is stating certain thing in rhetorical question format. Now, what is the meaning of rhetorical question? See, rhetorical question means, you know, you say something in question format, not expecting the opposite person to tell an answer, or at all if it is yes or no answer. See, you have to understand the difference between a regular question and interrogative sentence. Now, regular question का मतलब क्या होने में? See, what is your name? If I ask you a question, what is your name? I may get billion different answers because there are so many people in the world having their own unique name. So, if I ask the question, what is your name? You will have, I'll get many answers. Alright. But if I ask you, isn't your name Rachel? Now, if there is a girl who is Rachel, she will say yes, and all the others will say no. So there is yes or no answer. Basically, you remember, interrogative sentence is a form of stating something in question format, and easy to understand is always ends with a question mark. See the example. Didn't you like the party? Didn't you like the party? See, it ends with a question mark. See the second one. Is this the way you speak with your elders? Is this the way you speak with the elders? I want to say is, this is not the way you speak with your elders, but I am asking in an interrogative style. See the next question or the next example. How would the world cope up with this tragedy? How would the world cope up with this tragedy? Question mark. Here it ends with a question mark. You know, it is an interrogative sentence. Again, here it's a special way of stating, you know, okay, I don't understand, or the people don't understand how the world is going to cope up after the tragedy. That's what an interrogative sentence is. Now, what happens, you know, children, this is again a basic grammar topic which comes in the basic level of identification of the kinds of sentence or types of sentence they'll ask you, wherein you have to just identify, you know, it comes for 1 mark question for the board exams of SSC Maharashtra board, state board. So they basically ask you the kind of sentence. They ask identify the type of sentence, and any of these 4 they will give you, and you have to tell whether it is interrogative sentence or whether it is imperative, exclamatory or assertive. अगर assertive रहेगा तो you have to tell whether it is affirmative or negative. Now this is the basic grammar which I taught you today. The higher level of this grammar topic pertaining to this sentence is transformation of sentences. Like for example, affirmative दिया जाएगा, they will ask you to make it negative. negative statement दिया जाएगा and they'll ask you to make it into affirmative, or sometimes exclamatory to assertive, assertive to exclamatory. These are the known as transformation of sentence. You change the form of the sentence. That is a higher level of this same topic but higher level of grammar, and this is the basic level of grammar of identification or telling the types of sentence or name the kind of sentence में this part will be dealt, and this part will be dealt right from 5th standard to 12th standard, this particular grammar topic. So I hope you all have understood this lesson. Do subscribe it and share it with your friends and relatives. Bye. See you all.